YouTube! I gotta go thrifting for my clothing brand, so let's talk about Jesus Christ and lust. A lot of these episodes, series, whatever you want to call this, is gonna be me talking about overcoming lust, right? And fully overcoming yet. I got a little way to go, but I'm 90% done with the journey, right? So I learned that I was a lustful demon in a lot of ways, right? The first one was I was dating this girl a couple years ago. She was very, not just her, me, we was both very lustful. Like, we was over here like, yo, if I was to wake up, I could call her, yo, slide, she slide. She could call me, slide. And I slide, right? If we in a mall, this never happened, but we in the mall, one of us get the urge, we gonna find somewhere to do it. That's how disgusting we were, right? After something happened, you know, it was very, 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 very bad. Okay, I cannot park there. The reason why we broke up was very bad. And it's one of those relationships you never go back to, like never in your life, like not at all, like 0%, like you don't go back. Something happened, we break up. 3 months later, I find a different girl, right? And this one, I felt confident. I was like, yo, she gotta be the one. When I tell you we match up in everything you could think about, we were alike in a lot of ways. When I met her, I felt it in my spirit that she was the one, right? But since I didn't heal over the past traumas and demons and soul ties that I had, not just the ex stuff, there was other people too, but not a lot, right? Since I didn't heal over these past people, right, I brought that feeling, yo, like, gang, you gonna drive? You gonna drive? I guess not. She's arguing on the phone, so she's probably upset. But yeah, I brought those past demons onto the next relationship. It was an amazing relationship up until we hit a year and a month, right? We hit a year in January, February comes, and I noticed that after we had our 1 year anniversary, right? I noticed right then, once a year happened, and you know, we got to a year and 1 month, I knew that she wasn't the type to do the sexual deeds like the past one, right? Since I didn't give myself over to Christ, I brought that trauma to the next one, and it caused me to lose something that was so amazing. And I just thank God that it happened, you know what I'm saying? Because I was able, like, if me and her never broke up, like if I never realized that, I still had all these past demons on my spirit, and we just kept going on with the flows, whatever, we would have never been able to get back together, like ever. Like, it would have been way worse. When we broke up, her and her family, and even some of my family members believed that I missed the girl before. And I knew in my soul I didn't, but I didn't understand why she was coming up in my brain. In the same way angels show your past loved one's face in dreams to you, it's the same way the devil shows past loved one's face to you in your times of temptation. We're going through a little crisis that we're not doing the do's, and the devil is showing me when I was doing the do's. It wasn't because I missed the ex, it was because I missed the deed. And he was showing me, she not cutting it, let's just go back to the last one, because she gonna cut it. And right after that we broke up, I said to myself, like, all right, bro, I gotta give myself to Christ, because like, this doesn't make sense. Literally, once we broke up, I kept saying this has to be God and the devil, because I know in my heart I would never ever go back and date the one before. Not gonna explain why. Like I said, I knew I wouldn't, but I didn't understand why it was coming up in my brain. I started my walk a little, like a very little bit. We broke up in July, and we seen each other again in September. I see her in September, and she comes up to me, but like, we're talking, and she's telling me how she was doing the do's in ways she would have never done it with me. Not disgusting dudes like going in the mall and doing the do's, but I'm not gonna explain, right? But it broke my heart, because damn, like, you couldn't just do the do's like this before with me. But that's the way that I seen it. I should have seen I gave you my lustful spirit, and now you out here doing things that you want to be doing. I just heard I was doing the dudes without you, right? And it tore me up. Cause like, bro, you could have just did with me. After that conversation, I wasn't doing the dudes from July until October, right? October hit, and I said, you know what? She doesn't care about me, right? She's doing the dudes with other humans. Bro, like, we're not getting back together at all. So I might as well start doing the dudes. I was doing the dudes with people in circumstances I would never do the dudes. And I'm gonna give you one example just to show you how much of a evil creature the devil is, right? The devil, hold on. The devil wants us to do, he wants us to be indulged in sin, right? So I try to give myself a crutch so I can keep myself away from sin. But the devil knows our crutches. He knows our boundaries, right? So some girl texted me. We were talking for a minute, but she texted me this one day saying, yo, slide. I said, dog, I'ma slide. I slid on her, but she told me she was drinking before I got to her crib, right? Long story short, she was drinking. I told her, if you don't stop drinking, she wasn't drinking crazy, but like, I didn't like to do the dudes with people that drink. Cause like, I know like, God forbid we wake up the next morning, you like, oh, I'm not jacking that, right? So I told her if she don't stop drinking, it is dead. I thought that was gonna be enough for me to get out of the situation. But the devil wants us to indulge in sin. So what did she stop doing? She stopped drinking. And then right after she stopped drinking, she said, hold on, we gonna do the dudes, but let me go smoke real quick. I should have left when she said that. Cause before she left, when she just said smoke, I told myself I would never date people that smoke or drink. But then the second girl, she smoked. So that was like there was wiggle room in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, she pulled out the pack of cigs. And like, weed is already a problem to me. The vape pens is already a problem with me. Cigarettes, gang. I waited for her to come back. Yo, I waited for her to come back, and I still indulged in doing me. Regular me knew in my right mind I would not have done that, but the lustful demon that's inside of me wants that. So that's just one story. I got a whole bunch, but I'm gonna save all the other stories for all the other episodes or whatever. But long story short, James 1 chapter 1 verse 11 through 15 or 12 through 15, I don't remember. It talks about how our temptations is from us and our own desires, and God doesn't tempt us. I noticed that I was a lustful demon because every time I was tempted in those ways, it wasn't bringing me towards Christ. All I want to say is, first, shop slow beginners, right? This is old. But the reason why I keep God the head of slow beginnings and everything else in my life is because I don't want to turn into that person I was before. I have a ton more stories that I'm going to give y'all, because I need y'all to know that y'all doing the dudes is not okay. If it's before marriage, it's not okay. And even if you don't believe in Christ, I'm going to show you that it's not okay, right? I got stories, but I'm going to leave for another episode, whatever. But just remember, James 1, verse 12, verse 15, I believe it's 12. Just remember that our temptations are our own desires. God does not put those evil demons in our body. Like, yes, doing the dudes is something beautiful that he gives us the opportunity to do, but after marriage, he does not tempt us with doing the dudes at all. Remember, today, whenever you're seeing this video, whenever you watch this video, if you are tempted with anything, drinking, smoking, whatever it is, set a timer for 25 minutes. First, before you set the timer, pray, ask God to help you remove that feeling, because you aren't strong enough to do it by yourself. And that was my problem. I was trying to do everything myself, right? You aren't strong enough to do it by yourself. Ask God for his help, his power, his grace, and his mercy. And set a timer for 25 minutes and do something completely left from whatever you were doing. If you was laying down, you need to get up and do something completely left. The story I gave, the one story, and the foundation, the the foundation scripture, James 1 verse 12 through 15. I don't know off the top of my head like the words, but yeah. Actually, I have a Bible right here. Let me read it real quick. Yes. This is NIV, right? James 1 verse 12. It reads, "Blessed is the man who perseveres under trial, because when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love him. When tempted, no one should say, 'God is tempting me,' for God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he tempt anyone. But each one is tempted when by his own evil desires he is dragged away and enticed. Then after desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when it is full grown, gives birth to death." The sin was fully grown, and that's why I lost something that was so beautiful and precious. Girl number 2. You know what I'm saying? Do I believe that she is the one? She gives her life fully to Christ. I do believe that she is the one. But I don't get that opportunity, because every time I look at her, not literally, but every time I look at her, I think I got a boner. And that wasn't what God intended for us. So, like I said, if you're tempted today, pray and ask God for help, because Jesus already defeated the devil. So you're fighting a fight that's already fixed. I'm in 5 and below, and this shirt will go perfect, but it's Illuminati. And it's getting me tight because like the colors match perfectly for what I'm trying to. Hold on, I have to take a break real quick. You know, they use gilding. Well, they probably don't now, but they used to use gilding. I am not upgrading my quality until there is a true demand. This is a 7-figure brand right here. I don't know how I feel about this, because this is obviously like weed, but like it's fake hard. I fake like it. Lie. These are fake heavy. Nah, these are dead fake heavy, I'm not gonna lie. It's really hard finding stuff in the thrift. Certain thrift stores, like the Long Island ones, are dead dirt. These pants are alright. See, if these jeans wasn't so huge, I would cop. But bro, this is all they got. The only nice shirt. So I think I'm call it a day.